This will be a very basic review of a control system. From rather exhaustive research, I consider all eyes to be a control system. But it's essential to understand the elements of that system. They consist of a command signal, an error detector, commonly called, that's fed to a motor, and the motor output is fed back to the detector, which creates the error signal. The control system is good. Then with a step input or signal, the output will follow the input quite accurately. Obviously, a skilled design is required to achieve that result. To make this system as clear as possible, I have simplified an electronic servo design. Again, the goal is for clarity because control systems get very complex very rapidly. So the idea is to keep it as simple as possible for the purpose of understanding. Again, in this case, you have an error detector and an output motor. In this case, the motor is an integrator. As the output is the integral of the input signal, which is typically a ramp. Here is the feedback path, and there is the error detector, and that then becomes the error, or the difference between the desired or commanded signal and the resultant output position or voltage. So let's further explore this. The input in this case is 7-volt step, and the output then becomes a movement to 7 volts or a 7-volt position. So I set up the error signal, which we'll start with, and then go to the voltage in the input and the voltage in the output. Here's the error signal. So when this step occurs, a big difference existed between the output and the input. And the result is the motion of the motor reduces the error to 0. Here's the output, which causes the 7-volt signal to make the output 7 volts. It's a very classic control system and the entire purpose of a control system. The last part is the voltage, which is the difference between the commanded signal and the output signal. In other words, is this an excellent control system? Once a pulse occurs, it is essential that the difference between the commanded signal and the actual position be 0. In this case, 0 volts. So when it goes one direction, you get full max one way, and the other way, the same thing, the other direction.
Odie,
Yes.